Just about to head out on the round with Nick to feed the crocs. Chicken's on the menu.
Good try, yeah. Depends how good you are throwing them. Chicken chucking.
This farm was set up in 1981 to serve the demand for commercially viable, sustainable croc products, including meat, skins, and of course, tourism. It's a series of billabongs and croc pens planted with native trees. But it's more than just a farm. There are nature reserves that would be jealous of the fauna this place attracts. The farm is now home to over 50,000 crocs. They've got hatchlings a few centimetres long to some serious big fellas like this one. You've already seen me feeding Elvis at the reptile park, but take a look at Nick. This man is a gun.
I mean, it's evident that Nick knows his crocs. You know, he's worked with them a long time and he's quite comfortable with them, you know, within that strike zone, that close proximity, and it takes a lot of time to get to that point.
Moving on to the next billabong, we've come across a bit of a roadblock.
These guys are known to be wild. You know, buffalo attack people, cars. You know, they're a competition for a croc. And Nick's going to walk up and pat him on the head.
Bully, bully. They're going bully, bully. Bully, bully.
It's pretty awesome.
Water buffalo are notoriously moody, and just look at those horns. You wouldn't get me out there trying that.
He's in a good mood today.
Just look at this place. Crocs everywhere, but it doesn't seem to worry our Nick. Time for some, as Nick puts it, chicken chuck. The crocs aren't all that hungry this time of year, but come summer, Nick says they'll easily devour 5 tons of chicken a week. I find it staggering that Nick still has all his digits. There is one more croc Nick was keen to show me. His name?
We call him Psycho.
This is Psycho.
See, ordinarily, Psycho would have been on his 3rd chicken by now.
Yeah.
Like to see winter.
Yeah.
Of course, as a conservationist and croc lover myself, I'm torn by the whole farming thing. These were problem crocs that would have had a bullet to the head. It's that, or they produce offspring that make handbags. So that's it, my day at a croc farm. I think I'm happy in the knowledge these crocs at least are enjoying a life some of them would never have had if they were left in the wild. A little while ago, I showed you the deadly cane toad. It's wreaking havoc amongst our indigenous predators all across northern Australia. Cane toads are deadly poisonous, especially to unknowing predators like the king brown.
Hey, King Brown. Oh, can you take these? Yeah, mate. Oh, look at that. Look at the size of it. This is a good find. I mean, look at this beauty. We're in an area riddled with toads, cane toads. King browns have suffered a lot with toads, and to find a breeding snake like this, a mature adult snake, just a special find. These guys, big snakes, and they eat almost anything. Amphibians, reptiles, mammals, birds. And you see the coloration. Not so much on the belly, but on the back, a light tanny brown. I mean, look at this environment where we found it. It's exactly the same colour, so to cruise through that, almost undetectable, because a small king brown, good prey for a black kite or a bird of prey. And these guys are Australia's largest venomous snake. And with a head like that, big venom glands, they put so much venom into a bite. You do not want to get bitten by one of these guys.
Time for this beauty to go off on his merry way, and hopefully he won't eat a cane toad for dinner.
That's a girl. Settle down. What a snake. Look at that. That's definitely not going to happen to Hercules here. He's our very own king brown snake at the park, and let me tell you, he's a whopper.
In fact, we reckon Hercules is the biggest king brown in captivity. And like all of our venomous snakes here, he's a part of our anti-venom production program.
Come on, buddy. The name king brown is a misnomer. Herc and his kind are actually part of the black snake family, and they can be found right throughout the interior of Australia. Okay, that's it. Now I'll get him on. Okay, Mickey, oh, sorry, mate. Right, go. On, mate. Okay, that's it. A little bit more. Good. Okay, up. Oh. Look at the size of these venom glands. Inside there is more venom than any other Australian snake. He generally gets milked every 2 weeks, like every snake here. Let's see how you go, Herc. Whoa, look at that. Now, what king browns lack in toxicity, they make up for in their amount of venom. We'd get a couple of drops, 10 to 15 mils for a tiger snake or a taipan. That's 150 mils of king brown snake venom. This lot, with the rest, will be sent to the Commonwealth Serum Laboratories in Melbourne to be made into anti-venom.
Take a look at these two. They might not be the Aussie icon in the same way as the kangaroo or koala, but to me, they're just as important.
Dingoes play a critical role in the Australian environment, especially in today's age. Pigs, and cats, and feral pests are responsible for a whole raft of Australian extinctions. And the story goes, wherever you have a dingo, you don't have a fox or the cat.
Dan and Daisy here are 10 weeks old. They were bred in captivity and will act as ambassadors for their species.
Come on. Now, they get a bad rap in the environment and often actually shot, hunted, trapped and poisoned. But times are changing and people's opinions are changing. We're starting to realise that we need dingoes. They represent one of the only natural ways to control feral pests in Australian environments.
Scientific studies suggest dingoes were brought to Australia by Aborigines some 5,000 years ago.
Now, throughout their time in Australia, they were close companions of the Aborigines. They were used for warmth at night and hunting.
That would be a surprise to many, as dingoes are nearly always portrayed as untrainable. Get one away from the litter before 10 weeks, though, and it'll prove to be a loyal, if a little aloof, pet.
While dingoes might look like domesticated dogs, they're very different. And they've got some adaptations that make them superior for hunting. Eyes on the front of the head, ears that are always erect, listening for sound, and feet that can rotate at the ankles.
But it's the periodic contact with humans that always makes the headlines.
Dingoes are generally shy, quiet, timid, and they avoid human contact at all times. A dangerous recipe is dingoes in high tourist areas. People decide to feed them, dingoes become reliant upon that as a food source, and then if it dries up, they're prone to attack people.
There's a simple remedy. Don't leave food out.
Dingoes only breed once a year. They breed in winter, and that means their pups emerge in spring when there's an abundance of clumsy animals to hunt.
Nature's timed that magnificently.
Dingoes hunt in a pack, and they can take down large prey. A full-grown male 70-kilo red kangaroo that has a stronger kick than any man.
Walk along, Blue.
But it's for
That's
attacks
a
on
good
livestock,
boy.
the dingoes are known. And because of that, the relationship between farmers and dingoes has always been strained. All species in Australia are generally deemed native if they were here pre-Euro settlement, except the dingo. Let's not forget, though, the dingo was here long before the farms.
Dingoes have had a colourful history in Australia since European settlement. But times are changing, and hopefully we have dingoes in our environments for a long time to come.
put my hands down and this massive alligator just came up and went whack.
I was actually bitten on the hand by a big Burmese python while training a volunteer.
Dingo bite there.
Got bitten by a Tasmanian devil.
Bites and
By the
scratches
tail.
are all part of a keeper's job here at the Australian Reptile Park.
And of course, I've got heaps of scars as well. But the problem is, the medications we receive are generic, suitable for dogs and cats, not really for what we need. So today, we're here to fix that.
Our doctor tells me they need to tailor specific treatments to different animal bites, depending on the bacteria in the animal's mouth.
Get out of the way, mate.
So me and Obi have got cracking on swabbing the mouths of some real feisty characters.
That's good, there's a good bit of slobber. Right, well, in here is a scrub python. This is the world's third largest snake, Australia's largest python and snake. Its bite's not poisonous, but it does have bacteria in its mouth and its teeth are like razors. So when it bites into you, they penetrate the skin and bacteria can actually be pushed in.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm locked, mate. Very strong, you know. These guys, you think it's just raw muscle. Yep, that's good. All right. Now, Obi's going to try and swap the top. You're right, mate. You're right. Go backwards on it. Look at them teeth. Obes, get that coil. Nice and quick. Jeez, that's tight. Incredibly tight.
How's that, like?
Wow, that's so tight. Pretty scary, you know, for a moment there. I know Obi's here, but you can feel that pressure and you think maybe this isn't coming off.
Which takes us to the park's hungriest and most dangerous residents.
Hey. Got him. They're just powerful, these guys, so we'll use the tree. That's what we want. We want that bacteria. Now, these guys can live in festy swamps and have dirty bacteria in their mouth, but they're a little different because it's the bite. You imagine the crush from these guys, a ton in those jaws of crushing pressure, just incredible. Now, I'm gonna try and come around there and get a swab from in there. Now, I can see a bit of water off there, but that's okay, because that'll hold the bacteria. Ooh, look at that. So quick, you know, one mistake. Just watch out, he's gonna have a kick. Well, that looks pretty good. This is the last guy for today. Thanks, mate.
We're not going to push our luck any longer with a gator that size. We'll let him go, so I can get these swabs to some blokes who can run a few tests. I'm here at Gosford Hospital to meet my mate Steve Cameron, the emergency specialist.
G'day, mate.
G'day, Tim. How you going?
Yeah, good, thank you. Here they are. There's some good swabs in here. That's a big scrub python. That snake's about 5 metres.
Perfect.
Give me a bit of a, for a minute there, and yeah. And a 4 metre long alligator.
Who took that one?
Oh, well, a few of us, because we had to get the rope on him and just get him up, and it was a bit of an effort, but...
Rather you than me.
What happens now?
I'll send these to the laboratory.
Yeah.
It'll take about a week to get the results back.
Yep.
What we're going to do is put them on a plate of jelly.
Yep.
Put them in the oven, and if there's any nasty bugs, we'll grow them over the next week. And as far as I know, no one's ever done this before, so
Okay.
you're at the cutting edge.
Well, that's good. Thanks, mate.
Thanks,
See you
mate.
soon.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
And of course, none of us like to get bitten or scratched. And hopefully soon we can have some tailor-made treatments. Isn't that right, Chucky? There's one right there. Hey.
Earlier in the series, I brought you the story of the construction and launch of Devil Ark. It's a sanctuary for Tasmanian devils, where we're building an insurance program. Its success will be proven once the indigenous devils in Tasmania succumb to the cancerous tumours that have spread right across the population. We want our guys to one day be released with all the behaviours of a devil born in the wild. We have 500 hectares here in the Barrington Tops in New South Wales, and over time, we'll increase the enclosures to provide secure environments for each group of devils to develop.
These are our devil traps, and the purpose of them is for us to be able to monitor the devils within the yard. And when we need to do things like treat the devils for worms or any external parasites, like if there were ticks or anything like that, we trap them, and we do this quarterly.
So these devils here are, in the wild, they would have left mum about 2 months ago. So that's the same thing we mirrored in captivity. Now at this point, we creche them together because for their social skills, like puppies and little kids, they develop and they learn how to be males, learn how to be males, females learn how to be females. So a yard like this is a developmental stage for these young devils, and then they'll go into their breeding facilities. Winter hits hard here, but the work goes on, providing care for the devils come rain, wind, hail or snow. It's been just 4 months since the devils were introduced into Devil Ark. The devil social groups are well established in the big free-range pens.
Young devils sleep by themselves and are generally solitary, but at feed time they come together and socialise. We're going to see real-life arguments and squabbles, but this is all developing for when they're adults. They learn and develop so much with the interactions that happen at a social feed. The way they eat is similar to crocodiles in that they come together. They don't have a knife and a fork. They have to pull and tear bits and pieces of meat off. Lots of arguing and squabbling along the way.
This is what it looks like when 10 devils have had a dinner party. They have chewed straight through leg bones, hip bones, all the ribs along here. Their jaw just is incredibly strong. I didn't think that they would get through this much kangaroo. It's a lot of meat that's been consumed there. A few months later, and I'm back to see the fruits of our labour and the outcome of breeding. It's the middle of winter. It is freezing. It's -2. It's very early morning. There's ice everywhere. And overnight, we've trapped a yard of devils. We'll parasitic treat the males, but for the females, more importantly, this is our first pouch check.
We're expecting to find joeys between the age of 30 and 100 days. That's the difference between something that looks like a pink jelly bean to the size of a miniature devil.
The pouch is good and developed. You can see that.
That's all right.
Definite. There's three joeys.
Ah, good.
Good work, boys.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, little head there.
This is the best result we could ever have imagined. That's the first female in the first yard we've checked. Our husbandry techniques and procedures work, and we all feel great. That joey was at a size of development that's perfect. It means we're achieving our aims and the results are amazing.
Later in the series, I'll be back at Devil Ark to see how these little devils are getting along.
Okay, well, it's all part of the job. And today, I've got some routine maintenance here at the Australian Reptile Park. I've got to get in there and fix that pool. It's got a leak. Problem is, it's not my pool.
It's his, our old mate Elvis.
Come on, one more. Listen to that. Bone crushes. You can just hear that bone crush. Come on, mate, snap it off.
In a moment of madness, I volunteered to go and do some hasty repairs and get out quick smart.
So the plan is you're going to hold rope round me. Well, how far do you think till it's dangerous?
Just for the start of the shallow bit, I reckon, it's getting there.
Pretty close. What do you think's the dangerous bit? Is he going to swim back around quick or come over?
If he pushes past us, we've got to try and get him under control as quick as we can and get you out of the water pretty quickly.
Yeah, and look, he's coming up now. Let's do it. It's pretty serious in here too. This guy potentially is a true man-eater. About 5 metres long, well over half a tonne in weight, and he's got a bit of a story. He's originally from Darwin Harbour, and he used to rip motors off fishing boats. Now, he was lucky because a croc like this often gets shot. But fortunately, this guy was taken to a croc farm, and he ate 2 of his girlfriends. Now, reason for that is because he's a territorial male. These guys fear nothing. And the first thing we've got to do is get the croc around the other side. He's lying right on the leak.
A leaky pool, a 5 metre long man-eating croc, and me. I must be crazy. A crowd has gathered to watch the team move Elvis up the other end of the pool. He knows something's up and he doesn't want to move.
Oh, come on, Elvis. Come on, mate. Jules, we'll move back here. Oh, he's speeding up.
And now I've got a chance to fix this leak.
We're right.
Right, are we all good, Liz?
We're great from this side.
That giant croc is so fast underwater that I've got no chance of getting away if he comes for me. Just as well, Obi and Lizzie are watching my back.
Guys, he's on the move a bit.
I'd get out of there, mate. He's on the move a bit.
Done, and just in the nick of time.
Did you get it all done or what?
Yeah, it looks good. There was just a bit of a crack along that seal.
Our croc's been relatively well behaved. As he's missed out on snacking on me, it's time to reward him with some other food.
Come on. He's just massive, isn't he? Come on. Now, they're much slower to come forward. The danger zone is to the side, so I'm going to keep that food in front of his nose. Look at that. Come on. Up you come. Good fella.
It's a job well done, and probably time to leave Elvis alone. That's more than enough excitement for one day for both him and me. Today's a pretty serious operation. We're talking about a true relative of the dinosaurs and one that's known for its sheer aggression. It's a two-man operation, and that's why Obi's here to help. And this isn't a bin, it's a shield. Introductions are scary to say the least. If we have to, we're gonna have to put our bodies on the line, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. Now, I guess you're wondering what it possibly could be. Let me introduce you to the cassowary. Numbers in the wild have dropped to less than 1,000. It's another Australian animal in sad decline, but there's a captive breeding program and we're a successful part of it. Cassowary breeding season is a real time of worry for us, particularly in a zoo because it's a confined quarters. When we introduce two cassowaries, male or female could go nuts. They rear up, jump and kick. An attack on one another can be fatal, no doubt about it. But it's breeding season and we need to take this window of opportunity. If they get cranky and they start fighting, we need to get in there, use our shields, separate the birds, put our bodies on the line, do whatever it takes to get the birds in separate quarters, because if it goes bad, it can go real bad. You right, mate?
Let's go.
Where is he? He's really interested in this female, but it's hard for us. We've got to get him over to that gate to get him in, and he's not sure about us. But you can see now his bottom, the feathers on it are all fluffed, and that's him saying, look how big I am. You know, at this time of year, if there's any time of year that a cassowary is going to attack, it's now. It's a delicate operation, and there's no rushing a cassowary. He's going to do what he wants. Cheeky boy. That's it. Okay, I'll get that gate, Obes. Just hold him for... Hold him for a sec. You got him, mate? Gate's open. That's good. Yep, come on. That's a boy. And he's in. Now the drama really begins. Cassowaries stand high, just sizing each other up, seeing who's bigger, who's stronger. And this female, she'll want a strong male. She wants someone that's going to give her a run. Come on, mate. Here we go. The preening's good, especially from our girl over there. You know, old girls start playing with the hair a little when there's a bloke around. They're talking to each other subtly, and hopefully that leads into a nice introductory hello. Hey, joke! Hey, fight! Hey, stop! Hey! Hey! Stop it! Stop! So they've just had a fight, instigated by the male. He's the smaller bird, but always more aggressive. You know, we don't want to see that because hollow bones, they're reasonably fragile up around that torso, but it's settled now. That's about as fierce as we'd ever want to see. He got 2 or 3 kicks in to the side. That doesn't mean that they won't mate. That's just
That's a little scrap, you know, a bit of a feeler as to who's strong and what are we all about. Things could settle now and progress well.
Look, she's booming. You know, scientists reckon that cassowary's boom could be the key to understanding how dinosaurs communicated. From here, it sounds like a truck going by in the distance. You can feel your insides vibrate. We've been in here for half an hour. I think if anything romantic was going to happen, it would have by now.
We're going to try and bring the female through. This was the male's yard, but it doesn't matter. We just need them apart.
I spoke too soon. Looks like round two is kicking off.
Hey! Stop, Jokes. Hey! Stop it, stop. Hey, cut it. Yep, out of the way.
The male's stringing together some serious blows. But look at that. It's not all one way.
Come on, through.
Oh, look at that. Openly took a low blow. Just look at this fella. He's got more front than Buckingham Palace. But finally, we've got the measure on him.
Introductions for dangerous animals are always testing for the animal and keepers. And as far as they go, that was hard. That did not go smooth. Very violent. We've had to split the animals, male back in his yard, female in her yard. All we can do now is sit, wait, try again in a week. Obes, we've got a bird of prey in a factory down at Man's Road. Can you grab nets and gear ASAP? I'll meet you in the car park.
Yeah, not a problem, mate. I'll grab it now.
Let's go. A little while back, I brought the story of Malcolm the falcon, who had a detached retina and is now staying with us at the park. Well, it seems raptors are out looking for trouble, as we've had a call from a local factory saying they have one in the yard who doesn't seem to want to leave.
G'day, how you going?
Was up here when I rang you, but she's over in the factory
She's
now.
gone in the factory.
Yeah.
All right, we might go in and have a bit of a look. Where did you see her last?
Right there.
Oh, there she is. Peregrine. It's a young bird. Guess that it's probably just left the nest, and why it's in here and why it's not flying, don't know.
I knew it was a falcon, but I didn't realise it would be a peregrine now. No, that was a bit of a surprise, that. After all the years of being here, I've never seen one of these birds around here.
Thought he wouldn't last the night if he got away, so we're really happy to see you guys come down and pick him up.
That left wing's dropped. It's flying, but you can see there that that left wing's hanging out. Now, that could mean that he's actually copped a hit, and therefore the wing drops down because it's sore. We need to have a look at him. Come on. No problems with his legs. He's quick, he's agile. As soon as we get near him, he darts down and he's under the cupboards and then he's up and he's jumping across and a bit tricky to catch. Don't go up there, mate. Righto, I'm gonna have a crack here. Let's get it. All right. I think it just can't fly.
I think it just needs a bit of space to get its flight up. Yeah, we're right, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, I realised that he wasn't going far, just the way he's scratching himself and trying to flap his wings. To be sitting around, especially in a yard like ours, is unusual. I just hope he hasn't been hit, like, you know, clipped by a car or anything.
He's looking up at you.
We finally managed to capture the exhausted falcon, but all that flapping around in the factory has got me concerned.
Look at that. What are you doing in here, mate? What are you doing in here? Oh, what's that?
A bit of ruffle there.
What's that there? Is that an injury?
Not sure what that is.
It's strange at the moment. He's really quiet, but he's just scared. He's petrified. He's lost. He's in a factory. I would guess that he's not long left mum and dad and fledged from the nest, and it's quite common for a lot of birds that he's just struggling. He can't find the food he needs, he's weak, and now he can't fly where he needs to and he's stuck down low.
We'll take him back to the park for further examination. But first I'll introduce the intruder to the factory owners.
He looks as though he's undernourished, yeah?
Yep, he is. He is. You can see You can see that breastbone there. Yep. Have you seen Mum and Dad at all?
No.
No?
No. There's a seagulls go over every evening, but I've never seen
No.
one. I've been here 50 years, I've never seen one.
No. Can you see him locked on there? Once that vision locks onto something, he's on it. He doesn't move. The body pivots and the neck stays still. All right, well, he's lucky anyway. We'll give him a bit of food and get him back up and then we'll let him go. No worries. Thanks for the call.
No worries.
See ya.
Yeah, we just felt really sad that he looked really helpless. Yeah, at least it's got a good ending.
There you go. Come on, mate. We'll get you home. See you at work. Page 1, page 2, page 3. It seems that whenever you open a paper here in the top end, there's a croc story. And I think it's fair to say there's a real fascination with crocs right throughout the top end.
A few years back, the Territory Government introduced a Croc-wise program to help educate locals and tourists about how to stay safe in croc country, which around here is basically any place there's water. But after 2 deaths in 2009, the government also decided to declare a 50-kilometre no-tolerance zone around Darwin. I'm along for the ride with the Northern Territory Parks and Wildlife Service in Darwin Harbour to see what they're doing to reduce the risk. Tommy Nichols is the man in charge of enforcing the exclusion zone. He heads the team responding to any croc sighting and traps them throughout this huge waterway. Day in, day out, the boys are checking and rebaiting traps to ensure no rogue crocs have made it into the exclusion zone. There's a lot of water to cover up here.
So, best case for us is that we have a crocodile in the trap. There's 6 traps that we're checking today. Now, it's not the crocodile's breeding season, so the numbers are a little less than they would be then, but hopefully we get a croc.
Okay, this is the first trap coming up. As you can see, the door's still up, so there's nothing in this trap. So what we do is rebait it. These are very simple. The bait's tied up at the other end. There's a gate at either end. This is the door which is held up. That's held up by a pin. The croc comes in, bites the bait, releases that pin and the door just shuts.
How many crocs do you get a year?
220 plus. Yeah.
220, yeah.
If we didn't have this trapping set up going, we would have an extremely high number of crocs in here. Okay. So therefore the chances of a fatality would also be
increased by 220 crocs on average.
That's for sure, and then plus you've got other crocs which move in. So therefore the traps are certainly working, but what we're doing is creating a vacuum.
Yeah.
We take out the crocs, another one may come in next week or next month, but they certainly will come in. But it's a case at the moment which this is certainly a necessity. Yeah.
Pulling up at trap number 2 is just as disappointing. The doors are up, which means no one was at home.
When you bring them up on the boat, have you had any that have got, snout ropes off, or have you had any close calls? Are they dangerous as such?
No, the only danger is the fact that if we don't tie the legs up, they swing around too much and you can get slapped by the tail or by the head itself.
But then Tommy goes and totally throws me.
That's from a croc?
Yeah, about 5 years ago.
What happened?
I was in the process of tying it up and he'd just done something a bit different and he bit hold of my hand here. But thank goodness he let go here and he just grabbed hold of it and he ripped it off from there.
What size croc?
Oh, he's only just 3 metres, just touch under 3 metres.
Jeez.
It just goes to show, no matter how much experience you have, one momentary lapse of concentration with crocs and it can beat curtains. Apart from crocs and Tassie devils, my other great love is birds, so I'm always on the lookout.
Always time for bird watching. You can bird watch anywhere. Anyone can do it.
Traps 3, 4 and 5 are just as bad. It's not turning out to be our day. And then all of a sudden, trap 6, the final one, and we've got a bit of excitement.
Could be a croc, the gate's down, so Tommy said it could happen by a boat going too fast, but this is the most promising we've seen. I can see bait. We'll find out. There's no croc.
No.
We know they're in here. We saw one just a couple of k's back, a little bloke. But it's the way with animals, you can't win them all.
So after a round trip of 60 kilometres, it's back to base. All in all, a pretty disappointing day. But then, just as we're about to go our separate ways...
Tommy just got a phone call that there's a croc in a trap, so the day's not over.
Yeah, Roger. OK, how big are you?
It wasn't long before we were at the site.
Well, there'd been a salty sighted here, and they've set the trap, but they've come up with a freshwater croc, a Johnson's River crocodile. It's 2 metres, poses little danger to humans, but they'll relocate him anyway.
Freshies are different to salties, and you can see one part here how thin this snout is. Saltwater crocodile this size would have a snout 3 times the width.
All right. I'll just tie his head up.
Good size freshie. So there you go. The croc will be relocated to a safer area. It's all in a day's work for the Northern Territory Rangers.
Come on, mate, are you going to play nice?
Back at the park, and we have a reluctant peregrine on our hands.
Hey, turn around, buddy. It's a standoff. Can you do me a favour? Just let him see you through the back.
Just put my finger in there.
Turn around, mate. Maybe put your face there. That's uglier. Turn around, buddy. There we go. Good boy. Yep. He's got to have a name. What's your name, mister? Oh, right. Yeah, I got that. Squawky. His name's Squawky. Squawky.
We were concerned back at the factory that Squawky had an injured wing.
Down at the factory, I saw something under that one. Yeah, do you want to hold his head for one sec? See that? It doesn't look like... I think it's just a bit of poo. Yeah, just...
You'd think after helping him, he'd show a bit of appreciation, but all we get is abuse of the eardrums.
Come on, mate. You're noisy. Oh, you don't like Uncle Obie? Oh, no, I don't like him either. Don't look at him, then. You don't have to look at him. You don't have to look at him. That's it. Oh, it was you. Come on, mate.
What Squawky needs now is some food and rest. Question is, will he let me feed him?
There you go. Squawky's a wild bird, so I didn't think he'd be a part of hand feeding. Here you go. Peregrine falcons are the fastest animal on Earth. These bad boys can hit into their prey at 300 kilometres an hour. Say a pigeon. They stun it, clench in the talons, pluck it and tear into the flesh. Go on. You got to learn how to do this, mate. Maybe that's your problem. Here you go. You going to eat it? A couple of days, you'll be strong. We'll let you go. I'm trying to give him a bit of food, but I can see that he can't settle. He wants nothing to do with this. He won't hand feed. Here you go, mate. Just one bit. How about one bit? Oh, almost. He's a bit freaked out from the whole thing, but I persisted. Good boy. Ah, look at that. It's all right. Hey, it's like he took a big breath. And he realises this dude's not going to hurt me, and he's taken food, and that's what we want. We want him to eat. He was starving. He's eaten twice what I'd expect a bird of prey to eat in a day. He really needed that food. He was really lucky to be found by people that cared, because whether it was a fox, cat or a car, it was a one-way street for him down there. So if he can just eat and rest, I think a few days a week, we let him go. We'll leave this here for you. Here you go. We'll see you tomorrow. You get some rest. Hi, mate. You look good and healthy. It's been long enough, mate. It's time for you to go. It's a few weeks later and Squawky's a different bird. Good bird. He needed feeding up and building up a bit of strength. He was a young bird and couldn't fend for himself. Really, it was an easy fix. Feed, shelter, and a bit of TLC. That's a boy. Look at you. I can feel you're stronger. Hey. Things look good for him. He fledged from a nest, probably with other chicks. He learnt all the things he needed to from his parents, and he still has those skills now. We've just given him a little bit of help, and he'll be fine. You feel good. You feel heavier. Hey. You've certainly got a bit of attitude. Let's go. All right, let's go. We know a beautiful little spot that's only about 1 kilometre away from where we actually captured him. We're going to let him go there because it's a good spot. We know there's birds around, which is what falcons eat, and it's just a good environment where there's no cats, there's no cars, and it's the best start for him. There you go. And the ultimate aim, of course, is for Squawky to get over this hurdle, find a mate and have chicks of his own. What more could you want? 1, 2, 3. Up he goes, keep going. Look at him go all the way.
Straight through the bushes and gone.
No stopping. That was good. That Maggie come right down, try and hit him. That was good, but to start with, I thought he was going down and it...
Plateau.
Yep, he picked up. Well, that's nice to let him go. Not every day we get to do that. And he took off, no looking back.
Crocs are big business for the Northern Territory. People have found all manner of ways to make a living from them. You can watch them, wear them, and increasingly eat them.
It's chewier, it's gamey, but beautiful. I'm not sure how I feel about eating croc because, I mean, I love these guys so much, you know, in their wild environment, but as a byproduct of croc farming, it's good to see that nothing goes to waste.
People visit the top end from all over the world, and one thing they want more than most is a close encounter with a croc. And it doesn't come much closer than here at Crocosaurus Cove. For some of the crocs caught in Darwin Harbour by the National Parks team, it's their big break into show business. That was the situation with Snowy, who was accused of a number of human attacks. Never substantiated, mind you, but it was felt safest if he was brought here. Snowy's an interesting specimen. He hasn't got the black pigment in his skin like other crocs, and that has left him this golden colour. He's special, and he's got a personality to match. They say he can be a right handful, but that doesn't stop the punters swimming with him. Not literally, of course. They have the cage of death between them.
You see on that cage, there's teeth marks, scrapes, right down the side. I mean, these crocs have been hitting it. Now, when they first went in there, the crocs saw food. They saw a person inside that cage and they went to eat it.
Of course, over time, Snowy's come to realise Perspex is impenetrable. By the look of the teeth marks, he gave it a red-hot go. The animals may be familiar, but the setup is a bit different from what I'm used to at the reptile park. But there's no way I'd pass up an opportunity to join headkeeper Nigel for a croc feed. As we wait out back for our call, Nigel explains all the crocs at the park come here with some history.
Now, they've retired from the breeding sections at their farms. They've been out due to any number of reasons, infertility, aggression, whatever. So we like to keep them rolling along here.
And they're ambassadors for their species here. It's a good role.
And we've got a lot of these crocs are over 5 metres at the top end of the scale. And we'll go and meet Harry now and I'll show you some tricks.
And with that, we're on.
Pole's a bit bigger on this bloke.
Tim, it's your turn. Harry's famous for looking at knees, so look after your knees.
Watch me knees, eh? Come on. Come on, how far out, Nige?
Yeah, you're right.
I've been feeding crocs for a decade now, but there's still moments when the adrenaline kicks in. He nearly had me.
These guys are in a routine and they are trained to a degree, you know, with an animal that can take your life. Nigel knows them back to front. He knows them, you know, he works with them every day and they're conditioned to perform as such, to educate people and show people, but that's a two-edged sword because without that conditioning, you're risking your life.
Here, people can get to see crocs as truly awesome animals, rather than just mean man-eaters. For example, I think this is a great exhibit.
The great thing about this is that it gets people interacting with crocs. Now, we generally fear what we don't understand. And normally with crocs, that's how it is. We think they're going to kill us. To have an interaction like this gives people an understanding and it brings respect. That's good for crocs. Great for these crocs too. I mean, you know, what enrichment. These guys are just having a bit of fun in the process of getting fed. Awesome.
Back at the park, one of the keepers has noticed Cameron the cormorant has something stuck in his throat.
He's uncomfortable, and we can see a big lump in his neck. The longer it stays in there, the more dangerous it is, and quite genuinely he could die. Oh, there goes Cameron, straight down. Soon as they see the nets. No sign of Cameron.
And it's double trouble here, as he's got a lookalike brother, Craig.
It's time for calling in the reinforcements, and it looks like we're all going to get wet. Trev, can you come down to the turtle pond? Your mate Cameron's given me the slip. Can't see him anywhere, so I need help, mate. And can you grab Jules too, please?
Yeah, mate, can do. We'll be down shortly.
There's probably going to have to be one person that's spotting Cameron because they go underwater in one spot and then they pop up 10 metres somewhere else. So we'll need a spotter up here, two of us in the water to corral him into a corner. That's the only way we're going to get him. So, Jules, he's got a silver band.
All right. There's one up this end.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just one?
Yeah, I've only seen the one. Here?
Yep, that's him. That's him.
You good?
Missed him. Oh, it's slippery, mate. There's about this much sludge and it stinks. Look at it bubbling. I don't mind if Trev falls in, but I do not want to fall in here. This pond has obstacles. It's got a layer of sludge and then there are these turtles. They're everywhere and what they eat are little bits of red meat and they look a lot like toes.
All right, got some movement here. Oh, no, it's a turtle. False
Turtle,
alarm.
false alarm.
He's on to us.
You know they've gone by because there's this little mud plume where the bird's been. It's not an easy task to catch a cormorant. There's one, there he goes, under.
Yeah, there's definitely one down here.
Yep. Ah, Cameron. Ooh, going in. Oh.
I saw this guy coming in and out of here.
Okay, yeah, there he goes.
Oh.
Okay, well, let's hope that that's Craig and let's keep trying to get Cameron in here.
Here?
Yep, that's him, that's him. There's definitely a foreign object down there. And the worry is that if we feed him, it's going to get clogged and even worse, it could choke him. There's one. Look, right there, you cheeky little fella. I think we should head back. We can at least see him. We don't know there's not two and just work him back that way and at least try and grab him. They dive underwater and hide. It's not an easy task to catch a cormorant. Okay, he's up under the bridge. Okay, he's back in the water. They're very quick swimmers, and that makes it really difficult.
On the other side of the bridge.
Thank you. Missed him. Jules, would you jump over the other side? That's him. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Ah. Hey, settle down, mate. Ah, straight away I can feel it. Look at that. Geez, that must be hurting him.
Yeah.
Look at it. There it is.
Yep.
Okay, let's get him up. As much as we pick up every speck of rubbish that's around the place, there's stuff that might filter through with the water that's been dropped, and it could be anything from, you know, a chip packet to a dummy. Easy, mate. Easy, mate. Did you grab him? Okay.
So are there any tricks to putting him in here without him dicing me?
Nope. Just put him right down in the bottom so he doesn't fall. There you go, mate.
We'll see how Cameron gets on later in the show.
We're heading into the World Heritage listed Kakadu National Park, and its floodplains hold some of the biggest crocodiles in the world.
We like to think we're in the wilds at the reptile park, but it's nothing compared to here. There are plenty of warning signs around, but there are a lot more crocs than signs, and it's the one you don't see that'll get you if you're not careful.
This is an example of where crocodiles and people have interaction with each other. It's hard to believe that those guys are up there on that wall. There's a large croc there. People fishing here. There's a fish right now. It's a recipe for disaster. At this very spot 20 years ago, someone was killed by a crocodile. People need to be croc-wise because at the end of the day, it's the poor old croc that'll end up being shot.
Saltwater crocs are all through these floodplains. While they can survive in salt or freshwater, their smaller cousins, freshies, can't. I'm heading up into the escarpment country to see if I can catch a freshie and show you the difference between them. There's plenty of marine life in these billabongs, including crocs.
Whoa, freshie. Up high in these waterways, saltwater crocodiles do not come. Freshwater crocs are the smaller cousin of the saltwater crocodile. Some physical differences are mainly in their snout. Freshwater crocs eat fish, so they have a thin snout with sharp teeth. Saltwater crocodiles eat large items of prey, so their snout is broad, big, thick teeth for holding on to prey.
It's getting late in the day, and it's time to go and see if we can spot some of the really big salties that inhabit Kakadu. Local fisherman Matt is taking me into the quiet backwaters, only accessible by a small boat. This is magical country, absolutely breathtaking, but living amongst all this serenity are deadly man-eaters.
Well, before I get dark, we might head up over the sandbar and I'll take you into the rock holes.
Good.
See if there's a big croc in there, but it's pretty nice scenery. And
we're going to go and try and find a big croc. What's a big croc?
4.5.
4.5 metres. That's over half a tonne of croc. That's a big animal.
Bigger than the boat, anyway. Usually one sitting in there. See his tail sticking out?
Yep, there's one. Yeah, 2 metre salty, just sitting there behind that rock. He's probably one of the smaller crocs here, and that's his little hidey hole. There's another croc just in here. That's about 6 we've seen now in a couple of 100 metres. They're everywhere. Well, we're up a little part here the big boats can't get through. It's a nice little boat so it can pop over the shallows. And we're looking for a big croc. It doesn't mean it's the best feeding ground. It's all about female nest sites. So a big male's territory is going to hold the best available sites for females to lay their eggs. And that's why he's got that territory. Male crocodiles never stop growing, and that's because they are territorial. The biggest croc wins the girls. So throughout a lifetime of over 100 years, they continue to grow, and the biggest croc gets the best spot. The croc over there is out sunning himself. It's late afternoon, there's still a little bit of sun about, and it's important for those guys, they're reptiles, which means they're ectothermic, so they need heat from external sources. Crocodiles can't heat their bodies like mammals can. They need the sun or warm water to do so. So if a croc's had a big feed and the water's not quite warm enough, he'll jump up on the bank, use the sun to heat the body up and get all the digestion happening.
It's getting late now, and nature's fickle. It doesn't jump into action just because there's a camera about.
And we come out here to find a big croc, and we certainly haven't seen anything over 4 metres. But being here in this place, it's an amazing experience. It's certainly one of the most beautiful places on Earth.
Look at this guy. Who says they're slimy and ugly? I'm here to tell you they're not, and they certainly don't give you warts.
We are so lucky here in Australia. Of the 4,000 frog species worldwide, we have 216 of them right here. Problem is, where frogs like to live, we do too. Beautiful bush with nice views. When we build houses, their habitat's destroyed. Today we're on the hunt, looking for two of my favourite frogs, both right up on the endangered list. The first one is the red-crowned toadlet. Let's hope we're in luck. Death Adder, look at that. These guys are all through this habitat, and they're one of the most dangerous snakes on earth. They're in the top 10, and it's a good reason to wear boots in the bush. Now he's on the move, probably out looking for food. And a tasty morsel for these guys is a red-crowned toadlet. I know why he's hanging around. Now these guys are extremely venomous. They've got big front fangs, and you do not want to get bitten by one of these guys. Most people get bitten by trying to catch the snake or poke the snake. Now, I know what I'm doing here. I'm just going to move him off the road where he's safe. But if you were to see one of these guys, just leave him where he is. Making plenty of noise to alert snakes works just as well for frogs. Listen to this. Everywhere. There must be 50. Hey, hey! Every species of frog has its own distinctive croak. Hey! That's the red-crowned toadlet I'm after, so that's good to hear. And the more noise you make, the louder they get, and once one goes, they set each other off. I reckon it's time to get down and get dirty. These guys, all frogs and toads, have absorbent skin. Any bacteria that my fingers can soak in. They live down in little burrows under the leaf litter, so the only thing you can do is try and scratch some leaf litter away. They're tiny, smaller than a 5-cent piece, incredibly hard to find. It's the bright goldy red colour on their head that we're looking for. Hopefully, it will show up against this mulch. Look at this. I've just startled him. That is a giant burrowing frog. These guys are one of my favourite frogs. They're huge and they only come out while it's raining or after rain. They absorb water and they sink down in the dirt. Only emerge to eat when it rains. We'll put this big fellow back. Now, I know I've got my work cut out for me because burrowing frogs eat red-crowned toadlets, but I'm sure we'll still find some. We just heard one here. Here he is. Look at that. Can actually see this guy. He is down in a burrow. Look at that. Brilliant. Come on. And that's a red-crowned toadlet. Critically endangered, only found around Sydney. Habitat's gone and there's a healthy population here. Look at that. Have a look at this too. Look at the underside. Not sure what it's for because they don't lie on their back, but look at that. Just stunning. And here's another one of my favourite spots. It's the beach. And you wouldn't expect to find frogs here, would you? But you do. They're everywhere. The frog I want to find here is the green and gold bell frog. And bingo, I've got one. We've actually got an adult and a juvenile. So I'm going to grab the adult out. They're the most beautiful frog. Now, green and golden bell frogs live along the east coast of Australia, the most densely populated part of Australia. Unfortunately, these guys like freshwater coastal lagoons. So do people. We build all around them and habitat destruction is the biggest threat facing these guys. It's drier than I would have liked, but hopefully we'll find some more. There's one. Think I got him? Yep, got him. This is a striped marsh frog. Really common. These guys are found sort of right along the east coast. In this area, this habitat, the biggest predator is a bell frog. But they're found in lots of areas bell frogs aren't. They do quite well in people's yards. If you see these guys in your backyard, it's a good sign that you've got a healthy little ecosystem. Come on, Cameron. Hopefully we can get this out real easy, mate. We've got a problem with Cameron, our cormorant, who has something lodged in his throat, so we're about to examine him. Grab a bit of... No more biting. I can feel it's actually got bends in it. Best case scenario is this comes straight out, or else it's down to the vets. We'll then have to knock him out, and that comes with its own risks because it's quite an elaborate procedure.
I can't see what it is. The view down that throat is not that nice, but to prevent them from swallowing water and everything else, the throat actually closes. So, you know, we're talking a fair distance there now.
The object's lodged deeper than I'd hoped. Moving it's going to be extremely difficult.
And sorry, little buddy. I had it just then.
Yeah, I could hear it.
Okay. Sorry, mate, that can't be nice. The worst case scenario is that it's ruptured something inside. Now, if that happens, he's not going to eat, he's not going to feel good, there's going to be big problems. A little bit more, just hold your tweezers there. I'm going to try and slip it over the end.
Oh, yeah, I can feel it.
Yep, up you come. Keep coming, keep coming. Nope, that's it. Down again.
Lost it.
It's a delicate procedure, and after 10 minutes, it seems we're no closer to extracting the mystery object.
That's it, down, wait, a bit slower. Yep, keep them open. Right there, not over. Down a bit. Yep, there.
Yeah.
Yep, okay, nice and tight. Come up again. It's right there.
Yeah.
And it's a long way up, so...
I might have some forceps that actually clip shut.
Hang in there, mate. Just want to feel again. Sorry, little buddy. There it is. There it is. Grab it. There you go. My God, look at that.
Ugh.
There you go, mate. There you go. Wow.
That must feel good to get it out.
Hey, mate. Sorry about that, Cameron. That must feel good, buddy. As that straw was coming up his neck, I could feel it running by my fingers, and it come out. Yeah, big sigh of relief. You imagine that inside me. I mean, I wouldn't be alive, but they don't give much away to little animals. That's why they need good care.
I'm not the only one relieved the straw's been removed.
Look at that.
That's nuts.
How did you get that down? Oh, yeah, good on you, mate.
That's what you should do next time you come across a straw.
Don't throw your straws in the water. Oh, thank you. Wow. Hey, well, that's good, mate. That's good result, hey? You ready to go back? Yep. I might just carry you down, mister. Hey, look at him waiting.
I wonder if he knows that he's coming back.
Here he is. He looks like he knows.
Oh.
You're all right, Craig. Okay, mate, you ready? Off you go, back to your brother. There you go. There you go, buddy. Off you go.
Yeah.
I've got one thing before giving Cameron the all clear.
You got some fish there, Trev?
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to try and feed him. It's a good indication of how he feels. He's been through a lot and I wouldn't really expect him to feed, but I'm going to try. There he is. There you go, mate. There we go. Oh, look at that.
That's a really good sign, isn't it?
That's great. I can't believe he just ate. That's totally unexpected. It's a really good sign because he feels good and the food, it's obviously not stuck in his throat, so it's going where it's meant to go. That's a good thing. See you, boys. Thank you. See you later.
Tonight, I'm heading out to conduct my own small survey of croc numbers in the Victoria River, southwest of Darwin. We've got a little crocodile here. Too hard to catch of a day, so we'll wait till night, shine the spotlight on him and see if we can grab him. We want to get a heap. We're here to do a bit of a survey and just see what the densities are and what age structure there are of crocs. There's so much wildlife along the river. It's a stunning place with plenty happening on the banks. But the action we want is in the water as night falls.
In this area, there's both salt and freshwater crocodiles. The big crocs, we don't catch them. We just look, determine how big and if it's salt or fresh. The little guys we'll catch off the front of the boat. We do that to collect some data and just get an idea of who's around. Oh, there he goes. Look at him. Just went down. I just saw a croc there, and the second the light hit him, he went down. I think that's because of the moon. It's full tonight. So on a light night like tonight with the full moon, they're on high alert, and the light, anything, noise of the boat, bang, they're down.
No, he's grabbable, Timbo. He's grabbable. Keep going, Matty. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Just down, that was a good sized croc. Probably 3 foot, freshwater croc. Just too shy, he just dived. Now the spotlights will keep the croc still, and while they're in his eyes, he won't move. We creep up at a steady pace and grab him from the side. Little to the right, little bit to the right, there he is. Got him. Ah, he's only little. Smallest we've got tonight. That's a freshie. This is a lucky croc. On average, less than 1 in 100 make it to 1 year of age. It's a good night. We've got a few crocs in the bag now, both fresh and salt water. It suggests that there's a healthy population here. Straight in. Yep. Oh, got him.
All right, mate, got him.
Yep, grab the croc. I'm in the tree.
Yeah, I got him.
What is it?
Oh, nice little salty.
This croc's about a year old, so I'm guessing that they're last year's babies.
There's one. Round the left, Matt.
There he is, boys.
There he is.
Look at that. Come in for a croc and find these. Northern red-faced turtle and a tree frog. This little frog would make a good snack for a baby croc. Now that croc, they're all along the edges, and that's because it's safe, but also there's food. These frogs are everywhere. There you go, mate. Whoa, look at that. There's a heap of crocs up along this wall. It goes over a road and they're sitting there. All the fish are pushing up and they're there, mouths open, ready to get some fish. So I'm going to jump off here, head around with the snare and try and catch one, see whether they're salt or freshwater crocs. See him over there? They're quick.
Yeah, I see him. Still going. Left. There he is.
I'm going to try and corner him off. Got him. Torch.
Try him, mate.
Don't want to get bitten. Torch. Look at that. Freshwater crocodile. He's about 4 foot, half grown. These guys don't get anywhere near as big as their cousin, the saltwater croc. He's fat. Must have been a good year. Crocodiles store fat in their tail. This guy's got a good bulk. Listen to that noise. This croc would be 5 years plus. And as soon as he's captured, he still makes that distress call. You can see there the platal valve. That's what allows crocodiles to keep their mouth open underwater. And they need to do that to hold prey and drown it without drowning themselves. Righto, mate, let's get some data on him. From this small survey, it seems croc populations are pretty healthy. Easy, mate, easy. But some serious research is needed into actual croc numbers in the territory before any decisions on their future protection can be made. What do you got? Lizzie's called, and though she's assured me it's a pleasant surprise, I can't help wondering what's going on. Oh, look at him. Very cool to see that. Lizzie's found our new tiger snake, has just given birth. How many?
Well, I've counted 10, but I stopped counting after that.
All right, well, I'm going to split them all up.
Are you going to be right?
Yeah, there's only 10 little tiger snakes, no worries.
Okay, see you later.
Thanks. See ya. It's critical now I get the babies out. Mum's job is done. She's done the hard work of mating, carrying these babies inside of her, but at this point, Mum goes in one direction and the baby's the other. They can't do that in here, and it's my job to help. Tiger snakes are the 4th most toxic snake on Earth. That's pretty impressive. They live right along the east coast of Australia, responsible for a lot of bites and sometimes deaths, so I've got to be pretty careful. Hello, Mum. Tiger snakes are live-born, meaning they don't come from eggs, and they're pretty agile too. Good girl. Look at your babies. Just gonna have a quick look at Mum. Mum looks great. You know, the belly's a bit floppy and she needs a drink and a feed. Other than that, she's in great nick. There you go, mate. You just sit in there for a minute. Now, it's interesting with baby tiger snakes because they look so cute. But in actual fact, they're fully loaded with venom. Their fangs are only small and, you know, maybe they wouldn't punch right through the skin, maybe they would. I'm not going to take any chances on wearing gloves. Roughly in 4 or 5 days, they're going to shed their skin. They do that straight after they're born. So what I'm going to do is put each tiger snake in its own little container. I need them nice and moist. I'm going to put a little bit of water and paper towel, let them have a shed, and they'll have their first feed in a couple of weeks. Would you look at that? How beautiful is that? And see all those beautiful bands, and that's why they get their name, tiger snakes. Hey, back here. Back in there, Houdini. Back here, mate. Back here, please. Hey, where are you going? There you go. Hey, you, come here. Whoa. They're slippery and they're quick, and I'm using a glove that's safe, but it's awkward because I can't feel them properly, and yeah, they're tricky. This is won't stay in, Jim. Stay there, stay there. Stay there. Lizzie, they keep jumping out of their containers.
Oh, I get it. So you need my help now?
Yeah, very funny. Yes, please. Can you come back up?
No worries.
Come on, buddy.
Hello.
I don't really need your help. I just thought you might like to.
Yeah, right, okay. I mean, they got beautiful markings on them.
The Reptile Park's role is to extract venom from these snakes. Then we send it off to the Commonwealth Serum Laboratories where they make anti-venom. These little babies are priceless to us as they'll now be incorporated into the venom program and help save lives.
This is Hugo's brekkie, and you're eating it all.
At the park, animals come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and that can present all kinds of problems. One of the routine jobs we do here where size and shape can be a big factor is weighing. We do this regularly as part of an animal's health check. And when the animal is a Galapagos tortoise called Hugo, the degree of difficulty goes straight to a 10.
Today's exciting. To the average person, it may seem simple, but for the first time, we'll have an actual weight of Hugo.
It's a big day for you today, isn't it, mister? Hey? Oh, cuddle time, really? Oh, there we go. Oh.
Hugo's favourite keeper, Jules, is on hand today to help me with this weighty assignment.
Hey, Jules.
Hey.
Big day?
Yeah, pretty excited. What you got for us?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. You ready to get weighed? Not my fingers. The weighing's all part of Hugo getting a girlfriend. If he was deemed to be in poor health, it wouldn't be a suitable thing to ship him a girlfriend here from halfway around the world.
Hugo has just reached sexual maturity at the tender age of 61. Lately, the lonely bachelor has been taking out his frustrations on his favourite rock.
I think anything that's got a little bit more character than a rock is going to be okay for Hugo.
Tests were recently carried out to find out whether Hugo was fertile, and it turned out he was A-OK.
You get your girl, mate.
Now he has to pass another physical test.
I think we need to get a bit of a weigh-in, Jules. Do you want to scribe? Hugo's weight is the talking point today. I'm going to put my weight on last. Tim, to all radio holders, we're about to take Hugo and weigh him. Al, front desk, do you want to start? What do you think Hugo weighs?
I reckon Hugo would weigh about 162.
Whoa! OK, thank you. Tim to Kel?
I was thinking around 119.
119.
I reckon he's going to be around 123.5 kilos, roughly.
Mick, would you grab the van, mate, and bring it, park it next to the tree, and we'll walk Hugo down now.
Yep, no worries.
Come on, mate, let's go. We've got a custom-made box that fits nicely in the back of a vehicle. We're going to load him into there with a bit of energy. Nothing happens fast with Hugo. This is him excited.
We've actually found the perfect place. A factory around the corner has a set of industrial scales.
We plan, take Hugo, lure him with some carrot onto the scales and get his weight. Everyone stretched up? Yep. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa! That's it. Get him first bit up.
How do you weigh a Galapagos tortoise? It's not easy. He takes 4, 5 people just to lift him off the ground. A little bit more, buddy. There are lots of things that seem simple that are really difficult, and this is one of them. Just 5 minutes up the road and we're there. The less stress, the better for our Hugo.
Can you grab the forklift, mate? Yep. Ta.
G'day.
How are you?
Good, very excited.
Yeah.
Managing Director David and his staff are happy to help.
Yeah, is everyone excited?
They have all the equipment needed for this very special job.
Tim's coming down to visit us.
Yeah.
I was surprised when they asked if they got a set of scales. I thought, what are they interested in that for? Reptile Park's a great place to visit, and it's good to be a little part of it.
Anyone actually working here today?
Well, they should be. I'm paying for them.
All right. Ready? 2, 3.
Have you got an idea on how much he weighs?
You can't look.
You got those bets rolling?
Put yours up.
And it turns out the whole factory is having a sweepstake as well.
Who's this?
That's our account.
David.
He works with numbers.
He does.
Important thing now is that Hugo stays calm. He's in an unusual environment. We just want him to think that he's on his daily walk around the park.
Come on. Here you go.
It's probably past food now, eh?
You got to come a bit closer.
Not even Hugo's favourite treats are enticing him onto the scales.
We're not going to laugh at you, mate. It's all right. Come on. Good boy.
It's a hell of an effort for one animal, but it's important.
That's it, Hugo. We're getting there, buddy. Just one more step and he's on. We've got a trail. Good boy.
Ultimately, the food always wins.
That's it. A little bit more. He's on. What is he?
165.5.
I lost. I wasn't even close. I was surprised at the weight. He was a quarter heavier than I thought he was going to be, and he holds it well.
Great news, hey?
Yeah, definitely.
You'll get a girl.
He's in great nick for that. Maybe I'm a little bit jealous that he might actually get a real girlfriend.
Jules is jealous, mate.
I think our accountant's been fudging the figures again.
No one here was even close. We need to get back to the park because someone was, and it wasn't me. Mission accomplished. Hugo soon settled back in his home.
Come on.
So now, it's time to announce the winner.
So, who was the closest?
It's not one of the keepers.
That'd be right.
Alex.
Alex?
162.
Oh, what?
Just 3 off. Alex is the supervisor of our front desk. She'll be expecting a present. I've got a little surprise for her. So you've won a date with him,
Oh.
and your present is this. It's a little conversation starter.
Thanks. That's awesome. Hugo. Hugo. He doesn't like me. Oh, yum. Awesome prize. I'm so happy. Look at him. He's beautiful. Do we make a good couple?
Give him a kiss, Al. Hey, mate, what do we got?
We've got a bit of roo for us.
Roo and chook.
We've got a bit of chook.
Beautiful.
Bits of everything.
Today at the park, we've got a masterclass in survival for our rookie keeper, Kyle. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
A few weeks ago, he had his first experience moving a gator from the lagoon. But today, I'm showing him the fine art of training a crocodile. These are the tools of the trade, everything you need before you embark on a training session with a crocodile. Elvis has a history. He was a problem crocodile attacking fishing boats in Darwin Harbour. That's how he ended up here. That'll be good, mate.
I know, they'll crunch up. They sound awesome.
Elvis thinks with his belly, and we want him to feel as much as possible that he's in the wild. We want him to attack. We want him to kill. We want him to think that he's master of this domain, that it's his territory. And the apprentice is wary, and so he should be.
Tim's been doing it for a long time, and it's good to get the experience from the head guy. And on top of that, one day in the future, I can go in there and be able to feed him for myself. If anyone says they're not scared of him, they're in the wrong place, man. He scares anyone out here.
There's a lot to learn, and there's every chance that you can make a mistake in Elvis's yard. You ready? There he is, mate. He's looking at you. He's ready. Hey, Elvis. We're coming, mate. If you slip, make no mistake, he'll kill you. See, that's what he wants to do. Yeah, that's what he's not allowed to do.
Yeah, no, we want him to move, eh?
Here he comes, so you just keep bringing him. How dangerous is a 5-metre saltwater croc? Deadly. That's all there is to it, deadly. It's scary. Okay.
He's turning around quick, yeah, he's a big animal up close.
We'll just get him to swim, get him to move.
Yep, and then we'll start from there.
Kyle's got to learn all the behavioural aspects of keeping a croc. Where is it safe to stand? What does that movement mean? When's he likely to attack? All the things that mean he can be the lead doing this one day.
When he comes up, he's going to get set.
Yep.
Okay, and then we're going to try and get him to ambush. Back a little bit, mate.
Oh, that's scary. Look at him. Oh, his tail going. Oh.
Now, we want him up, mate. We want him up high. Higher than that. Whoa, listen to that. That jaw slap sends shivers down your spine. The strength in that, you just imagine it's your leg or your hand. Oh.
Down the hatch. There's no words you can explain how scary that is.
This is where we get him to jump. So in the wild, this would be for fruit bats. Natural behaviour would be knocking fruit bats and birds out of trees, and he's snatching it from a low branch.
He's looking at me.
Elvis, watch the chicken, mate. The chicken. You keep your eye on the chicken, buddy. The chicken, not at me.
He's looking straight at you, Tim. There's always that chance that he could launch in and grab you, so keep an eye on his back legs and bend his tail when he's about to launch out. He can be quite quick or even quite docile, but you can never take that chance. Oh, that's scary. Try to get him to jump again.
Up you come, big boy. Up you come. Up, up. Good boy, Elvis. Higher. That's it, good boy. Good boy, Elvis. Good boy, mate. That's a good boy. Yeah, you want to have a go?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Okay. It's now crunch time for Kyle, but will he pass his initiation?
Working in the zoo industry, it has its dangers and has its fun as well, but this just puts it in a whole new level. It's the most scariest feeling in the whole world. Come, big boy.
This is Kyle, Elvis. From the middle, I think. We'll try and get him to jump. So, let's go.
Come, Elvis. Come, big boy. Turn around straight away.
That's it.
Come on, Elvis.
He'll be terrified. I know what it's like. Kyle's a good keeper, but it's nerve-wracking. It's not just about whether the croc's going to behave, it's about where Kyle's standing. It's about his reaction when the croc attacks.
Come on.
Like, a little bit higher. Don't let him snatch it. That's it. Yep, let him see it. Between his eyes a little bit more, mate. That's it. Higher, higher, higher. Higher, higher, higher. Okay, get it back off him.
Oh, buddy. He's a cheeky ass. Come on, buddy.
Oh, he's looking at you now, mate. You had a Mexican standoff, mate.
Oh.
Just be patient.
He just wants to hold on to me.
That's all right, he's got to swallow it.
Play the waiting game.
Elvis is pulling Kyle's arm out over the edge of the water. One quick yank and he could be in serious trouble.
He's testing you for your first go.
He is, he's holding on.
He's got ya.
You're taking me down, are you? Come on, big boy.
Just hold it. He's got to come up. That's it. Try and keep it loose. Try and keep it loose on it. That's it. Give it a couple of yanks, Kyle. Let him know you got it.
Come on, buddy. He's a cheeky boy. You swallow your chook, buddy? Come on, swallow it down the hatch.
He's got ya.
Cheeky ass, look at that.
Well done, mate. That was good. That was a good jump. That's what you want.
Getting to sort of launch up. But he's still holding on to it.
How's that?
Scary, yeah. First jump ever. That was, whew, even though...
He's close, isn't he?
Yeah, you don't realise that you're only like a metre away from him and oh my God, that's scary up
He's
front.
good, yeah. Oh, you did well, mate. That was good.
If anyone says they're not scared getting in this yard, that's not true. Whew, very terrifying.
Elvis is happy. He's had a good feed.
But most of all, he's got a new toy to play with, Kyle.
I tell you what, I think I got taught.
Today I'm heading to the Barrington Tops to Devil Ark. I'm so passionate about this place. The work that's going on here, it could be the only chance for survival the Tasmanian devil has.
It's a 6-hour drive, but I hope it'll be worth it as I'm here to see how the breeding program is going.
Hey, we got a welcoming party already. Listen to that. Hello to you too.
The Ark is the largest breeding program of Tasmanian devils in Australia. I've already shown you the devastating effects facial tumours is having on the population in Tasmania. But the hope is insurance colonies like this one will stop the species becoming extinct.
This disease is horrific. You're talking about lesions on their face the size of tennis balls. You know, they don't die from the disease itself. They die of starvation and dehydration because they can't eat or drink. That's horrific. No sign of a cure, no sign of a vaccine, no sign of the disease slowing down. It is scary.
Devil boys. Ads and Andy are two of the rangers at the Ark, dedicated to ensuring the Tassie devil remains a part of the Aussie landscape.
It's devil men to you.
Devil men? Yeah, what's happening?
Oh, nothing much, mate. We're just pretty excited ourselves and we just want to get checking some females, so we want to see some young. We've been waiting for so long.
Okay, let's get a few ready. Well, the only way we can know exact numbers of joeys, or in fact how the devils are, is to catch them. They're suckers for this. Won't take long to get in.
We'll leave these traps out, laced with fresh meat overnight.
We need to see joeys tomorrow. I get really nervous just wanting to know that they're there. I want to know the females have these babies. I want to know that what we're doing is right, and I want to know that we're actually making a difference. I reckon, well, we spread them right along that fence line, yeah.
This recovery program is so important and very close to my heart. One of the most famous extinctions in the world happened in 1936 to the Tasmanian tiger. Wiped off the face of the earth, gone forever. I don't want to have to tell my kids the same thing happened to the devil.
Perfect.
We have a chance now to save the devil. It's not too far gone. We can bring it back from the brink of extinction, and if we can build up numbers here, we can keep them here. The disease burns out and we put them back in the wild, and that's a pretty unique case. We like at times for them to come in and have a social feed, and the way we do that is to have one food item and you'll get 5 or 6 devils in, not that different than like crocodiles, and they work together to pull bits of meat off. He's a beautiful big boy, maybe 10 kilos.
Pretty good table manners at the moment.
It's been a pretty good day. We've had a show watching them feed. Tomorrow morning's everything but do we have babies? This is the basking spot, so it should be warm. That's perfect. Yep, that's good.
No, it's not a change of career, but I reckon I could pass muster as an interior designer. What do you think?
Today's a special day. We've got some VIPs arriving. Not only VIPs, but nature's true giants, and they're deadly. And for me, it's particularly special because I have never had my hands on one. Go ahead, Jules.
Hey, I'm back and brought a couple of special guests with me. I'm just going into the car park now.
Okay, I'm coming right now. See you there.
Roger.
Hey, good, good.
Have you had a look at?
No, I thought I'd save it.
Today is a big day. We're getting Komodo dragons at the reptile park for the first time ever. Our lizards have been a long time coming. We brought them out from the United States and the planning has been immense. Sorry, mate. Look at that. How special is that?
Oh, he's beautiful.
There's only 10 Komodos currently in Australia, so we're proud to add to the numbers.
That's a bit of Komodo attitude. This is 1 year old. Now, Komodos hatch maybe only 30 centimetres long, very, very small, but they grow very quickly. And, 2 to 3 years of age, we could have a 2-metre lizard that's weighing 50 kilos. And this is the biggest lizard on Earth.
Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful boy. It's something that, as a reptile keeper, you dream about and talk about, and you think, oh, it's never going to happen. We'll never get Komodos, and they're finally here. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm speechless.
Komodo dragons are an endangered species. The plan is for this male and female to get together and boost the numbers of dragons in captivity.
Hello. Don't you open your mouth at me, buddy. Before we put them into their enclosure, it's important that we just have a basic look over to make sure that they're healthy and well. So have a look up around the eyes, mouth, nose. Clear. The boy's name is Kraken. It's actually pretty special because Kraken was the name of the first Komodo dragon ever to be studied by Westerners. So Komodos are in a really isolated little spot in Indonesia, and it's a pretty symbolic name.
And this is what our guys will look like when fully grown. Only around 2,000 are left in the wild. These leftovers from prehistoric times can grow to over 3 metres and can top 100 kilos.
Let's have a look at the girl. What's her name?
Daenerys.
Daenerys, what is that?
Name the female Daenerys. It might be a little bit lame to some, like Tim, but basically it's from a TV show, and Daenerys is actually queen of all the dragons. So I thought that kind of suited our first female Komodo.
Hello, little darling.
Oh, look at that mouth.
She's very pretty, and she's cheeky. She's trying to whip this tail around. It's been a big trip getting here, but now it's time to get them into their enclosure and get them settled. Pretty special, Jules. Not every day you're going to be doing this.
Oh, I know, right?
Look at that.
Oh, she wants to go. You're all right. I'm just going to let her go right up there. There you go.
She looks good. She's just sizing you up, thinking, am I going to take her on or not?
I definitely think the female was a little bit more feisty than the male, so, you know, it's a little bit interesting as we get to know their different personalities.
Once in a lifetime, it's certainly a first for me and the park. OK, mate. Up you go. All right, mister. I'll see you later. Well, here you go, Kraken. Your first look around, mate. Now you behave.
A few days rest to recover from his journey from the States, and I reckon it's time to show Kraken the park.
We like to be known as a hands-on zoo, and we like to do things a little differently. We take Komodo dragons out for people to pat. G'day, guys. How you going? Now, doesn't look that big at the moment, but this is Kraken, and he's a Komodo dragon, the biggest lizard on Earth. There you go. Komodos are seriously endangered. They are getting protection now and they're being well looked after, but the important thing is that people do have an experience with Komodos and they know about them. If people touch a lizard, feel a lizard, see a lizard, they know a Komodo dragon, they want to help. What's he feel like?
A bit like a crocodile.
A bit like a crocodile, yeah. Well, I think they're all pretty similar. They're all like still living dinosaurs. This is a Komodo dragon. When a little kid that's into dinosaurs and things like that sees a real-life Komodo dragon, there's a look on their face that, you know, you can't beat it. It's really special. There you go.
How about on his tail?
Yes, I'll hold the tail out and you can pat him on the tail. Very brave. There you are. I've got his head. This is a really good moment because he's suitable for the reptile park. He's going to be a good lizard, he's going to be an ambassador for his species, and he's going to be a valuable part of the breeding program.
How many devils do you think we'll have in the traps?
I reckon we get 6, 7 out of 8, I reckon, at least.
Yeah, 6.
Dawn at the Devil Ark, and it's time to discuss the day ahead over a brew.
I just hope we don't get too many empty pouches.
We're about to discover whether we've lured some female devils into the traps. Only then will we know if the breeding program is a success.
We good to roll?
Yep, all good.
I'm pretty confident that we'll find Joey's. However, this is real pioneer conservation and there are always going to be hurdles and sometimes it mightn't work. Empty. Too empty. Not a good start. Next one. Let's hope it's a girl.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. This is what we were after. She's got 1, 2, 3, and one's actually still inside the pouch. This is magic. Little Tassie Devils, this is the next generation.
Just one trap left, and from the sound of it, we could be in luck here as well.
That's Mum. Can you look after her, Ed?
Have a look at this.
There's 4 little Joeys in there. Don't know how many boys or girls, but we'll find out. And they're big enough that they're off Mum. I'm gonna grab them out. Look at this. Ball of devil Joeys, look at that. Magic. Those little sounds are so cute, the little whimpers. Here we got little girl. There's a little pouch. Ow. Ow. They're a handful.
Another little girl.
Little girl? Look at that. We got 4 sisters. I got to tell you about, this one's a bit lethargic, a bit small. Can you take that there? And I'm feeling a fair bit of rib there, you know, and a bit gaunt. It's only subtle, but I'm definitely concerned. And if one of these wasn't to get milk, they would go downhill really fast. So the question now is do we intervene?
Pelicans would have to be one of the most fascinating seabirds. That huge body, the massive beak, and a style that's sheer elegance.
Pelicans are one of the most beautiful and definitely well known of all seabirds. Now, they can find themselves in a bit of trouble, so I'm here today to try and learn a bit more about these guys.
On Queensland's Sunshine Coast, I found something just as intriguing as the mighty pelican.
Hi, Mr. Percival. Good morning, matey. Good morning.
It's the pelican carer, or in this case, 2 carers, twins, Paula and Bridget Powers.
Here you are, mate. He does. Oh, that's how he got his... What's wrong with it?
He goes, I don't want that fish. I prefer the little herring.
Does he?
Yeah. They know they're fish, I'm telling you.
Just keep a hold of them out?
Yeah, just like that.
You'd go a long way to find such loyalty, love and devotion to each other and to their beloved pelicans.
This is her sore wing.
Okay.
Now,
Go that there.
yeah, yes. Just sort of move your arm out a bit. You won't drop her.
She feels so soft. She's just beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, they're like that bubble wrap.
Yeah. Yes. And her bill up here, I mean, it's just,
Like
it's so leathery. It's just such a fine skin.
Yes. And they've got razor blades going down either side of the pouch. Now.
So where's her injury?
Here. Oh, yuck. This was all dead here, but we've been using this optic tissue stuff on it. And it's healing up really well.
She doesn't mind at all. She hasn't flinched. She hasn't done anything.
No, she had these 2 hooks bedded into her wing and it's caused all this problem.
Okay. So fishing hooks are one of the things that pose the biggest problem to them, yeah?
Yes. Pelicans can see 6 kilometres away, but unfortunately they can't see that fishing line once it's cast out.
Just have a look there. These are the most beautiful things. They've got that big black eye. Big bill, but just so gentle. Can we pull that pouch out and have a look?
Yes. Yeah.
That's incredible. Now look at the veins through there.
Yeah, they can hold up to 11 litres of water.
11 litres?
Yes.
So they take in a real big gulp of water and they hope there's a fish in there.
Yes, yes.
The water drains out and they eat the fish.
Yes, yeah, they can hold up to like 6 fish in their lunchbox, what they call it sometimes.
They call this the lunchbox?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
The twins' backyard is bursting at the seams with 7 pelicans and a collection of herons, cormorants and seagulls. And a black swan called Matey.
When she was a chick, an eel had took off her web foot, unfortunately. I'm glad it's not swollen or it's not red or anything. No.
These girls are on call 24 hours a day, ready to rescue injured birds.
Right in, right down. There we go.
How good does it feel for you guys to be able... I mean, this guy would certainly be dead if he was in the wild.
Oh, yes, definitely. There you go, sweetheart. You're going to swim. Because then plus this will help him with his waterproofing as well. Because if we released him and he wasn't waterproof, he'd drown.
And this is the part that makes all our work as carers worthwhile. Releasing animals back into the wild.
With her bill, she's had an old injury to the bill.
Yep.
But that hasn't stopped
That's
her
all right.
from eating.
She should still be able to fish, so...
Yes.
Yep. She'll just use that bottom part and sieve, so the top's probably not too important for her. She'll be right with that.
Yes. And this little one, she had a hook right up in the roof of her mouth. You can see the old scar
Yeah, I
there.
can.
And this is it, the absolute best part of being a carer. Putting a beautiful sea creature back where it belongs.
Sweethearts.
Good luck, ladies.
Oh, good girls.
And they've all got their mates out here.
Yes. Good girls. Good girls, darlings.
Almost a bit of a turnaround to say goodbye.
The newies test out their wings. The other guys move in to check them out. Fantastic.
Oh, that's wonderful to see you guys do such a good job.
Yes, we've been doing it for 10 years and I don't think we'll give it up.
Yep.
No. Yeah, remember us.
If one of these wasn't to get milk, they would go downhill really fast. So the question now is do we intervene?
We're up at Devilark, checking on how the breeding program's going. We found 10 joeys, but one is giving concern.
I'm feeling a fair bit of rib there, you know, and a bit gaunt.
Examining the mother gives a possible reason.
It's hard to know which joey come from which teat. They all do have an individual teat, but there is an obvious size difference on that bottom teat there. OK, let's get Mum back. We'll just find a good box down here, hey?
Yeah, beauty.
There you go, darling.
I need to decide whether removing the smaller joey and hand-rearing is the best thing for mum and baby.
I say do it and the mum will recover quicker. She'll be back here in 12 months anyway.
Yeah. There is a consequence of hand-rearing her, and that is that I have to take two. She needs a sibling, she needs warmth, comfort, and they teach each other how to be devils for the big world that they're going to enter when they're adults.
Well, who's going to come with her? Why we let them choose? There we go.
This doesn't have any effect on Mum. She's still got two joeys, and they're a big demand themselves. Her teats will become inactive if one of them's not already partially inactive, and simply she'll concentrate on the two. I need to get them in something warm.
I've got a beanie here you can use.
Yeah, perfect, mate. That'll do. Thanks, mate. Beauty. Here we go, and that'll be their new home, their little pouch. We'll just pop them inside the shirt. I think we better get the other two back with Mum. There's your Mum. Go on, there she is. There's two. You go back with Mum as well. Go on. There she is. You got her. See you guys. I feel like I've got my own babies.
Now the rest of the family's reunited. The other two are coming home with me for 24/7 care.
They're comfy. And they're cradled by that seatbelt. They're safe.
Hello?
Who is it? Daddy. Who is it?
Hello, guys.
Ah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, come here. Hey, I got a surprise for you.
That's nothing new for my family. They're never quite sure what I'm going to bring in the door.
You want to sit down in the lounge? Sit down for a minute and I'll show you.
Mummy wants to have a look too.
Look.
Babies.
They're little Tasmanian devils. Can you say devil? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, put your arms out. Oh, geez, you're good.
We've got another 2 mouths to feed.
Yeah, we sure do, round the clock.
If you're getting up night feeds with them, you can get up and feed Maddie then.
No way. I was planning on the opposite.
The joey will stay for 6 months and initially require 4 feeds a day.
Look how good she's doing. She needs a good feed. That's her whiskers. You think she's finished? I think she just did really, really well.
The last couple of days have been great. We have 10 joeys from 3 females, and that's extraordinary. It means what we're doing is working, and it gives hope to the future of the Tasmanian devil.